Well, you already see there that racket head speed that Paolini generates off the forehand side in particular. Really nice rotation over the ball, some natural top spin. It's got some net clearance, so it doesn't feel like a low percentage shot. And in many ways, this is probably a tougher matchup because she's not going to get as many free points. We were back in her the other night. I hit so many forehand unforced errors, and it was an obvious side to try and target. Paolini, she's very solid off both. There's not a particular way that I would go.
Oh, great energy by Paolini, holding to love and showing her opponent that she is ready to sprint out of the blocks. Wonder what the computer says about this match. Well,
yeah, I'd probably agree with that, actually.
I wonder if the computer's factored in the tiebreak from the other night.
I didn't know that any sort of computer would be able to understand how epic that was.
Emotionally, they might not get it. One thing's for sure, Paolini will try to apply as much pressure as possible early in this match. They give her serving at love one. Her win over Margaret, the best as far as beating a top-ranked player. Her third win over a top 10 ranked player in her career, after previously having success over Caroline Garcia at Roland Garros and Belinda Bencic at Shenzhen.
Looking a step slow, perhaps, off the split step. That initial fast twitch that you need to begin the point.
Both off the backhand, forehand sides. Paolini's game's got some punch.
It does, and you know, as we mentioned, just not so many forehand unforced errors. So for Blinkova, she's going to have to work the legs, try and stay in the rally longer.
pulled her opponent out of shape. And she's doing it within herself at the moment, Paolini.
What impressed me so much the other night is Blinkova, you wouldn't describe her as one of the better movers on tour, but she was just hustling. She was running everything down, working 110% to just try and make an extra ball every time. And she's going to have to do that today.
Foul.
Yeah, it's well measured under pressure too, down break point. Certainly
Bang on the line.
15 millimetres.
Paolini fired up here. I love this forehand, bit more shape on it, looking for the depth, and then straight away gets herself inside the baseline to be able to cut off the time for her opponent.
Foul.
Second break point converted. 2-love to Paolini. Opening set, she beat Angelique Kerber in the United Cup, lost to Caroline Garcia in 3 in that tournament, and then went to Adelaide. Somewhat surprisingly lost to Cristina Busca of Spain, who can play some nice tennis, but was expected to win that match.
Yeah, and didn't play badly at all in the match that she lost to Garcia at United Cup. Just kind of came unstuck towards the end because of Garcia's pace from the back of the court. Just didn't have any time. So I was absolutely surprised by the loss to Busca in Adelaide. That's the sort of matchup that Paolini has been starting to win over the last year.
Good hustling. Blinkova applying some pressure there on Paolini.
30.
Paolini got her form back on track with straight sets wins over Diana Schneider and Tatiana Maria in the first 2 rounds here. Best Grand Slam showing. Wants to add to that and make a round of 16.
Good hit. Great response, as you would expect from someone with Blinkova's mental strength.
Wow. breaking to love, and all the momentum was in Paolini's corner. It's back on serve, Paolini by 2 games to 1. It's a great viewing court, the MCG in the background of Cain Arena. So many terrific upgrades in the last decade to Melbourne Park. How many tournaments did you play here in your career, Laura?
Oof.
Testing the memory, aren't I?
And I don't know that I'm going to get it right.
Okay.
Thank you. Voices, please.
I know you made the 3rd round back in 2013, I can tell you that.
That one I did know. It all blends into one because I played juniors from the age of 15 as well, and then I was also playing seniors at the same time, so it's like, what are we counting?
It's been such an interesting start to this match. Blinkova reacted so well in that previous Paolini service game, and now looking to get that break back straight away.
Blinkova's first serve, I think she needs to commit more to, so that she can try and dictate the rally from the beginning of the point. When you look at how many points she was able to win the other night, she was winning 74% of her first serve points, making a lot of first serves in play. No matter who you play against, that's always going to be key.
Oh, both players trying to dominate the baseline, but it was Paolini stepping in at just the right time, crunching the backhand.
Love 40.
She's a nice mover.
She never really seems off balance to me. Very agile, but you see there off the outside leg.
First break point converted, and the advantage back in the Italians' camp. 3-1 to Paolini.
I was looking back at the stats from Blinkova's match against Rybakina this morning, and just reminds you sometimes when you see the numbers how funny a sport tennis is, because she actually lost 6 less points. Oh, she won 6 less points than Rybakina. So total points won was 121 to 115, and then here she is in the next round. It's slightly nuts sometimes.
It is. And from memory, she had a match point before the breaker.
Yep. A few.
A few, that's right. Well, 10 in total. Yeah, late in the tiebreak, even Greg Ellensworth, the chair umpire, was laughing. He'd never seen anything like it. Amazing.
15-30. Let's first one.
Well done. Paolini defending so well off her backhand side there. So for
15,
Blinkova
40.
to go for the last minute change up, try and open the lines.
Working so hard to save that first break point, but importantly, good signs for Blinkova. She seems like she shrugged off the little malaise she had at the start of the match and moving a lot better.
Yeah, firing up the intensity for sure, trying to go for a bigger return.
Second break point.
Dukes.
Oh, found it.
And that is
Got
Blinkova.
trapped in the body on the backhand. Played this so cleanly with very little space.
Oh,
Two in a row.
some sort of angle. Backhand return. Immediate break back.
Paolini leads 3 games.
Games
2-2.
on serve. It's Paolini by 3 games to 2.
She had a book on court the other night, and then she's always in communications somewhat with her coaching staff, getting some extra tactics, but you feel like actually she figures a lot out herself on court.
Time.
The WTA led the way in player coach communication. ATP followed, and I reckon it's great to see a bit of interaction, and also the tactics and the way they play out, the way the player responds to the coach. Obviously a lot of venting goes on as well. There's Gerard Solves and Xavier Puyol, the French pair who helped guide Anna Blinkova. Both
Thank you. Players are ready.
had rankings.
Thanks.
Solves got to 105 in the world, and Blinkova serving at 2-3.
Yeah, it's trained in France for a long time, for
Lap 15.
as long as I've known her, which is probably 12 years or so. So moved over there as a junior, speaks perfect French.
was actually looking up Solvez's record. He had a win over one of our colleagues, Wally Masur, way back in the day.
I'll remind him of that. Both players just looking for a hold of serve here.
Fault.
Thirty 15.
Fault.
Thirty all. $40-30.
Favourite wing is the forehand. Just hasn't quite found her range as yet. Paolini. Game point for Blinkova.
Fault.
Oh, punishing rally. Relentless Anna Blinkova, and bucks the trend to hold serve for 3-all first set.
Relentless, certainly the word there. Big hitting in the forehand cross-court rally. Committed to opening up the down the line first. And then right on top of the last ball. Paolini just not getting enough depth in the forehand cross there. A few balls that Blinkova actually could have taken in earlier and gone for even more.
Let's first serve.
Talk about the curiosity of numbers. I know we're only 6 games in, but Paolini's serving at 94%. First serves into play, but only converting 50% of those points. That's better. She's got a bigger serve slightly than her opponent.
Yeah, in terms of numbers, Paolini's probably looking to get that first serve percentage as high as possible because it's not a huge weapon for her. She's not going to get the same speed or acceleration as Blinkova. So if she can just place it in the right spots.
$30-15.
There's Renzo Ferlan, who's the coach of Jasmine Paolini on the left. Very well known, former top 20 player.
Just wide.
He made the 4th round of the Australian Open way back in 1996. A couple of career titles, one over Michael Cain. So he's had some big wins in his career, now guiding the prospects of Paolini's career. Wow.
And when he talks about
40,
Paolini, he always mentions what a hard worker she is, how capable she is of figuring things out on her own, so he doesn't want to give too much information from the sides.
Game, Paolini.
Might be contagious now. A couple of
Paolini leads 4 games.
services
2-3.
held,
New
and
balls, please.
4-3. Paolini over Blinkova first set. More times than not, the players will change rackets when the new balls are produced.
Yep, fresh strings for fresh balls. Just wanting the tension to be a little crisper, so you get slightly more control with the new balls on this court in particular. It's a pretty medium fast hard court, so if you can manage your equipment as best as possible, then you might just get an extra 3 point or 2.
The stringers here at Melbourne Park are pretty rapid. Rackets come back
Very.
like a boomerang.
And of course, with every round that you
Time.
win, Tennis Australia gives you, I think it's 5 free restrings. So you've got to make the most of it.
I'm sure the other night's epic match tiebreak would have garnered a few more fans Anna Blinkova's way. Serving with new balls at 3-4 first set.
Love. Love.
Doesn't feel like Paolini's really settled on a tactic just yet. At the start of the match, very aggressive up on the baseline, now just dropping back slightly. And she's just giving Blinkova too much time on the
40 love.
baseline to go for those big shots, because Blinkova's got that big swing on the forehand. She's shortened it a lot from where it was, you know, when I first saw her play, but it's still quite a disjointed motion at times.
Game, Blinkova.
And a couple of service holds there after 4 breaks in the opening 6 games. Duration a minute 30,
4 games
just
all.
exactly what Anna Blinkova would be looking for after spending so much energy the other night.
Love.
Fault.
Love.
Only one match in Grand Slam main draw play last year. Jasmine Paolini, second round at Roland Garros, beat Sorana Cristeo of Romania in 3 sets before losing for Danilovic of Serbia in the second round. Lost first round Melbourne Park last year. Wimbledon to Petra Kvitova, of course a former champion, and the US Open to Elena Ostapenko. So faced some quality opposition early in those slams.
Shot.
40-50.
Played a little flatter here. You see the extra top spin on the cross-court ball, but that one straight through the shot, middle of the racket.
Yeah, driving on one knee, well directing that forehand into the open court.
Paolini leads 5
So
games.
3 consecutive services held, and Paolini holds a 5-4 lead first set.
Paolini seeded in this event, 31 in the world, so just scraping into the top 32, but that's reflected, well, actually 26 in the seedings, as you can see there. But it just makes such a big difference in the early rounds to not play one of those top players that you mentioned first or second.
It does make it a whole lot easier. It's a centrepiece of great activity, always the focus of fans with ground passes, Key Arena. Big lineups to get in. Saturday at the Australian Open.
Yeah, Grigor Dimitrov coming up later on this court.
Fault.
Anna Blinkova serving at just 45% in the first set, and Paolini on her toes, looking to break.
Great hitting. Great moving from Paolini as well.
15 all.
And those are the balls that Blinkova needs to take advantage of every time when they drop half a metre shorter.
Fault.
Flat. Second, sorry.
No, it wasn't good enough, and neither was the backhand. Well, it wasn't a particularly good drop shot at all. Paolini's eyes would have lit up there.
Maybe changed her mind last minute, was waiting for Blinkova to pick a side.
30-15.
Yeah, that was a brick hand drop shot.
Fault.
$40-15. Anna Blinkova.
She's got some steel, Anna Blinkova, holding for 5-all first set.
Holds her nerve so well.
5 games on.
No panic, serving to stay in the set.
It's a lot better. Helped by the tape, but rolling the cross cap forehand into the open court for the win.
Love. $30 love.
Well, it's not the fastest serve, 158. Placed right on the line, and it's got some kick to it as well. She's not the tallest player out on tour, but still has a lovely motion on this.
Fault.
Oh, it's a ripping forehand. Probably the best, the first set for her. Nothing passive about that rally for Paolini.
40 love.
7th forehand winner.
Kept her aggression levels high, holding to love and putting the pressure back on Anna Blinkova. Paolini by 6 games to 5.
6 games to 5. Time.
Interesting section of the draw. Both Blinkova and Paolini find themselves in. Laura Zheng and Wang with Doddin and Burrell. So it does open up if either one could get through to the round of 16. They could go fairly deeply into the second week, I would have thought.
Well, the winner of this plays Kalinskaya, who just came through in the match
15
before
love.
on Kia. And that whole section, as you mentioned, Dodin coming through against Burrell earlier today. Zhang just won a third set tiebreaker. Hustle from Blinkova.
Dirty love.
Oh, brilliant. Second massive forehand in 2 games for Paolini.
30-15.
She does this so well, finds the angles on the stretch. Not a bad angle there either.
40-15. Let's first serve.
Fault.
Game,
A
Blinkova.
wild forehand. A solid hold. 7-point tiebreak, and we know
6
that
games all.
Blinkova doesn't mind a tiebreak.
Tiebreak.
In fact,
Does she like a 7-point tiebreak though? Maybe just the 10.
am I right in saying before the epic, Rybakina had the best tiebreak
Yep.
record of any player last year on the WTA Tour, so it's even more weight to the performance of Anna Blinkova.
Such a nice 1-2 combo, the wide serve.
1-0. Paolini.
And you see where Blinkova ends up when she's making contact with that return, how much ground she has to cover on the next shot.
Two, 0. Paolini.
Early mini break to the Italian. You never see Renzo Furlan get too worked up.
great start for the Italian.
Three, 0, Paolini.
Very measured indeed. Well placed first serve, set up the point.
4-0, Paolini.
She's maintained a pretty high first serve percentage of 91.
Yeah, only missed 3 serves. 3 first serves, all set.
Fault.
On the board.
4-1, Paolini.
Fault.
Well, the forehand has been struggling with the depth throughout the first set, but finding it here in the tiebreak.
5-1.
Again, the
Paolini.
cross-court forehand to set up the open line. That must have been outside edge of the line.
Hitting the winner with plenty of margin. As they change ends, Paolini in a dominant position. Well, certainly gone off the boil. Just the wrong time for her.
6-1, Paolini.
5 set points now to Paolini. The first of those on her serve. And the Italian has taken care of business in the tiebreak. 7 points to 1.
7 games to
Strikes
6.
the first blow in this third round match.
One thing's for sure, she's not going to go away mentally.
15 up.
So she's going to keep herself in a place to still turn this match around. And the focus on the changeover at the end of the set. Going back to the basics, maybe.
Fault.
What impressed me so much
15 all.
the other night is that she was able to think of so many technical things and such a tight scoreline throughout the tiebreak, thinking of cutting off the angles on the return and to play solid and all those sort of things that you're usually just too nervous to think of.
30-15.
It's just whether her legs can keep up with her head.
30 all.
A lot better.
If you're feeling a little tired, a little peaky, not a bad move to just try and keep the point short, go big on the first serve and +1 shot.
Oh, quality. Top class. Started this second set like she started the match, as if she wants to get to the locker room early.
I've barely spent any time on court, Paolini. 2 matches so far, and the longest one was 1 hour and 10 minutes. It was a 50-minute first set.
Advantage Blinkova.
Yeah, good hitting on the board, not without a struggle though.
Second set.
Blinkova 1-love in the second. Laura, you're always good at predicting the predictor. What do you think?
Well, I feel like Paolini's maybe a 70%er here.
Here we go. Stand by.
Oh,
Ooh, not bad.
the one predictor's harsh at times.
It's a big swing.
$15 love. $15 all. $15.30.
Couple of misses and suddenly she's put herself under pressure at 15.30. Has not dropped a set in the tournament so far. Oh, quality from both players, but that backhand superb.
coaching team on their feet after that shot.
15-40.
And it was the width there that found her the opening. Love that reaction.
Blinkova.
Well, she's got the early break second set. She showed throughout that tie
Blinkova
break
leads, 2
against
games to love.
Rabakina, almost insane refusal to yield at any time. Needed 10 match points, saved 6, and got there in the end.
Again, it's the reaction after the first set though. There's no difference in her mindset, in her energy levels. What you wondered whether the legs were going to start to fail her.
Fault.
Well, the drop shot has to be almost perfect on this surface.
Love 15.
That was pretty close.
Takes it on the rise, shortens the swing.
Fault.
Love 30.
Not a break until you are able to consolidate it straight after. That's a gift. Love 30.
15-30.
You're a breakdown in the second. That point has to have a refusal to miss. And the backhand, if you're going to take it from the middle of the court like that, almost trap yourself up, it's got to go back cross court.
Oh, just hitting straight through. Paolini with a wonderful
30 on.
forehand winner.
But this is where you see Paolini's position in the court. She's on the Melbourne, which is, what do you reckon, 2.5 meters behind the baseline?
Yep. Oh, disappointing game.
40-30.
Gifting points to Blinkova. A little bit more frustration showing on the face of Jasmine Paolini. And just like that, Anna Blinkova has turned this match around.
3 games to love.
A break in
balls,
a
please.
couple of holds, and she leads 3-love second set.
Blinkova didn't go anywhere in that game, but you have to say Paolini kind of gifted it back to her. Love 30, a couple of unforced errors, and dropping it so short that she's allowed her opponent into the point again. At least if you sit down here, you know there's an obvious tactic coming out of the changeover. Look for the depth.
Time.
So the challenge now is for Jasmine Paolini to get a foothold into this second set. Big Italian community in Melbourne. And Paolini flying the flag on Cain Arena.
Love. All.
3rd ace of the match, first of the set.
Good time to do it. Well, she'll know. She had chances in the last return game, so an easy hold and the pressure's right back on. 3 love, not too far away.
Blinkova has remained aggressive on the return of serve. He's got one of the better stares in professional tennis as well. Missing there. That's an important hold. Just a breakdown now. I'm sure she'll be looking to get after the Blinkova serve in this game.
No free points would be the main thing to tell yourself. It's going to be tricky with the new balls. That's why she's changing the racket.
Love 15.
Ability to flatten out that forehand is a big asset. Good reaction after a poor opening point.
15-30.
There's a constant buzz around Cain Arena. Remember, it's probably the focus of the little precinct of shopping and food, bit of drink.
Oh, she'll take it.
30 all.
I wouldn't feel that sorry at 15:30. Oh, well done. Such commitment to her shots.
40-30.
I think that game sums Anna Blinkova up very accurately. When she's under pressure, she responds well. 4-1, second set.
No matter who ends up winning this match, you have to be so impressed by Blinkova's ability to bounce back after the other night. It could have been so easy to not get their legs going today, to not fire up and just be comfortable with the top 10 win and say, yeah, I've had a great tournament, but she's not done yet.
Time.
There's a sweeping shot across Cain Arena with the MCG in the background. That holds about 90,000. Cain Arena a lot less, although it does sound like it's a big crowd because there's a bit of a buzz and hum around from the fans making their way across from John Cain to Rod Laver, and all the food and beverage options available. Different, getting to net. A rare foray forward for Paolini.
15 love.
We have 5 out of 7 net points won.
Love. Help! 40 love.
Fault.
Leaning on that second serve at 129.
Oh, you got to, don't you? Especially where it landed. Some kick to it, but not enough to get it bouncing off the court.
Yeah, too good.
Paolini.
Measuring the backhand shake of the racket. She remains in this second set, just down the solitary break.
Blinkova leads 4 games to 2.
Well, Paolini had the love 30. Then in the last game had the 15-30. She certainly had chances. So what can she do differently here? I think she's got to go depth on the return. Focus on that to start off the point.
Love 15.
Ball. Ball.
Love 30.
Just the first double fault by either player in the match. Blinkova in trouble at love 30.
Oh, a gift. Paolini dropping it short again. So the opening was there.
Oh, and the second consecutive unforced error. And Paolini's got the service break back. Blinkova
leads
by
4-3,
4-3, second set.
Very quick breaker serve. And the two gifts, the double fault. If you give away the first point of the game, you've got to make sure that love 15 you are sharp, and to throw in a double fault there, the first one of the match, is not what she would have wanted.
Time.
Well, in that previous game, Anna Blinkova lost her momentum. Question is, can Jasmine Paolini continue hers? Opening set in an impressive tie-break 7-1, and now she's got it back on track. We'll serve at 3-4 in the second.
And this is where Paolini needs to use some of her experience, even though she hasn't had that standout result at Slam. She's won a lot of matches over the last year, so just to continue on with this momentum is key.
Ball. Ball.
15 all.
Lost her action with that second serve. First double fault on her side of the court. One thing I haven't seen is a stat for when you've created a major upset like Blinkova has, how many players have gone on to win their next match at a major. Not expecting you to know that, Laura.
Off the top of my head, it doesn't seem like many.
15-30.
A natural letdown, and Blinkova guarding against that. Two French coaches looking on. Gerard Solver's the most vocal of the two.
Box.
Oh, tried to do the right thing, heavy down the middle.
Absolutely nothing on that second serve. 102 in the hitting zone.
Two in a row.
14-30.
It's the sort of miss where if you made it at 2-all, it wouldn't be a big deal, but with the scoreline heading back towards even at 4-all, now's the time to just keep him in play.
Oh, that is a wonderful forehand. And she restores parity in the second set. That type of effusive personality is Jasmine Paolini. She's got the momentum well and truly.
4 games all.
And the rotation through the shot. Loads both legs. Loves to play it on the open stance.
Oh, great defence. And a makeable volley missed by Blinkova.
Love 15.
We're entering the danger zone now, aren't we, for Anna Blinkova?
It's errors that maybe come from the legs as well when the tiredness kicks in. Only an hour and 20 minutes in, but you've got to look at the load over her last week or so.
Love 30.
Paolini can sense it.
Love 40.
Oh, missed the volley.
Paolini.
Drop shot rather telegraphed. And Paolini is on a roll. Breaking once more, and she'll serve for the match at 5-4.
Leads 5 games to 4.
Well, 2 breaks to love in a row. Yeah, and that's understandable after the last few games. 4-1 up, all looking like it's heading to a third, and then just lost the intensity around with the footwork, especially around the shot.
It's been a topsy-turvy match, hasn't it? 4 breaks in the opening 6 games of the first set, and what we've seen now in the second.
Can she come up with something special here to lengthen out this match? Has she got anything left to give?
Time.
That's the question. Off her chair, trying to get the legs going. All the positivity on the side of Jasmine Paolini. Dominated the first set tiebreak, and now she goes to the line serving for the match at 5-4.
All important first point in the bag.
She's looking laboured in her movement now.
30 love.
And you can definitely sense that from the other side of the net. You know, now's the time to lengthen the rallies out.
Oh, brilliant forehand. Stepping in, taking time away from Blinkova. And in doing so, generating 3 match points.
40 love.
There it is. She's come back from 4-1 in the second set and continues to improve on her best ever showing in Grand Slam tennis. A 4th round. She's into the second week, and the end has come for Anna Blinkova. Brave as she was. Her legs were heavy in the second set, but on the bounce, the 28-year-old from Italy looking to make her mark in the second week.
Physically so much fresher, and that showed as the match went on. Didn't panic when she was down 4-1 in the second. Knew she had the chances earlier to break back, and just bided her time. Waited for Blinkova to drop in level, and that she did. It really felt like towards the end of the match Blinkova's legs just left her, but what a tournament she's had, and it was always going to be quite tough to rebound from the other night. Emotionally, and emotionally actually wasn't the issue, was it? She was mentally super strong in this one, just couldn't find it physically.
Yeah, the body couldn't go where the mind wanted it to for Anna Blinkova, but she's garnered so many fans at Melbourne Park. She'll be back, and maybe a greater force in the years to come.
Paolini's giving away just about everything in her bag here. She gave away the all-important towels. Everyone knows you got to keep them for friends and family.
She hasn't read the rule book on that one. She's into the round of 16, and she's so overawed and about to speak with Pippa Horn.
Jasmine, plenty to smile about because you're through to the 4th round here at the Australian Open. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm really, really, really happy. It's my first round here. And yeah, I love Australia now. Until this year I couldn't play well here in Australia, but you know, now I feel like the love, I feel everything, it's fine here. And I love you guys.
Well, I think it's safe to say that you started to play pretty well in that match. And what changed for you at 4-1 down in the second set? Because it felt like something shifted. So what was your inner dialogue at that point?
I think after the first set, I was really, you know, maybe I was a little bit relaxed because it was really tough, the first set. My tension was a little bit, you know, down, and I tried to stay focused, to try to focus on what I have to do on the court, and it worked really well. So yeah, I'm really happy.
And at times in your career, you've doubted your ability to play on hard courts, but can we put that idea to bed now?
Yeah, now I really like the hard court, you know. Everybody was telling me that I could play well on hardwood, but I wasn't believing, you know. And match by match, you know, year by year, I started to feel great on this surface. Yeah, and now I love it, yeah.
Absolutely. Final question. Quick word on your time here in Melbourne. I've heard you're a big fan of margarita pizza. Have you managed to find any good pizza here, or is that just for away from the slams?
No, we go, you know, each evening we go in a different Italian restaurant. And yeah, I ate pretty good pizza here. There are a lot of Italians, so it's easy to eat a good pasta or a good pizza, yeah.
Amazing. Congratulations once again. Give it up for Jasmine Paolini.
Well, I'm sure Jasmine Paolini's eyes light up when she goes down Lygon Street. There's no shortage of great Italian food there. And her first victory over Anna Blinkova on a hard court. So into the round of 16 for the first time at a Grand Slam. Second week, it's all very positive indeed.
Super positive, and I'm sure there'll be a celebratory pizza tonight perhaps, but yeah, just a very solid performance. Maybe didn't play her best in the early stages of that second set she mentioned, but pulled herself back in, and I think that's really reflected in the numbers. The first serve percentage stayed super high throughout the match. Maybe could have won a few extra points off the first serve had she been looking for a bit more pace, but I think she recognized today that it didn't need to be unbelievable, it just had to be solid.